Hey friend, welcome to Self Transformed, a podcast redefining self-care through simple fitness, nutrition, and mindset habits. I'm your host, Emily Nichols, certified personal trainer, Whole30 coach, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I know the struggle is real when it comes to taking care of you. I too am a busy working mom who felt physically and emotionally drained until I took action on my own transformation journey. I finally found the solutions to feeling confident and living a healthy lifestyle that doesn't feel hard, and now I'm on a mission to equip you with sustainable tools to help transform your life from the inside out, guilt-free. Together, we will simplify your health and fitness into daily habits that don't feel like another thing on your long to-do list, but daily actions that light you up instead. So if you're ready to redefine self-care and step into your own self-transformation, then let's do this. You're listening to episode 129 of Self Transform. Hey friend, welcome back to the show. Hope none of my kids run by or my dogs run by barking because obviously they're home for Christmas break. I hope you are taking some time to rest, maybe doing some fun things as a family, cleaning out your house. I know I always clean a couple of closets during the holiday season. It feels good to clean out things, especially as new things are coming in for the kids from Christmas time, right? I'm so glad you're here. Today we're talking about a topic that comes up a lot from my clients, from my community, and that is the fear of failure. The fear of failure. So gang, before we get into the subject matter, I have to remind you, today is Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday the 31st, is the last day that you can bundle together Self Transform You and the Habits That Stick Starter Kit. Oh my gosh. So if you didn't listen to episode 128, go listen back to that. I posted it just this past Monday. But Self Transform You, the cart is open. If you are wanting to join me in my signature program, we take you through 4 weeks of transforming your habits around self-care, really, and develop a health plan week by week, backed by habit strategy in order to make it stick for life, okay? Or in order to let this health plan take you through any roller coaster of your life to help you feel confident, to help you stop feeling so drained and empty and allow you to fill yourself up and have that overflow into all the ones you love. Gang, it's the real deal. But since the cart opened Monday the 27th, I'm offering the Habits That Stick Starter Kit, my little mini course that helps you evaluate your habits even further, digging deep, very big deep dive into habit strategy. It's a $47 value. You get it for free by purchasing Self Transform You this week. I'm so glad. But tomorrow, Friday the 31st, is the last day you can bundle this, okay? We start Self Transform You January 10th. You can get it now and the Habits That Stick Starter Kit at any time. So go to selftransformu, it's just the letter u.com to learn more, get your spot reserved in STU. I am only taking a set amount of folks every month for this because I've added on a one-on-one call, texting from me, a lot more accountability in order for you to be consistent, to be able to get to the end, have a plan and strategy ready to go. So you're good to go for life, right? You're set for life, okay? So remember, you can go to selftransformu.com. It's just the letter U, girl. You got this. Also, one more reminder before we talk about fear of failure. Habit Breakthrough Bootcamp is happening in our Facebook community. There's a link in the show notes to join us over there. The Habit Breakthrough Bootcamp is my most popular workshop. I've reworked it. I'm sharing a brand new habit strategy I've never shared before. Okay, it's in the Facebook community. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the 4th, 5th, and 6th of January. I'll be going live at 12 p.m. Eastern every day. If you can't join the live, don't worry. You can catch the replay. I'll be giving you some action items. We'll be having some fun. But I want you to comment and engage and be there to learn about this new habit method I'll be sharing. And as you comment during the live or the replay on Friday the 7th, I'll go through those comments and I will draw a name for someone to win a habit tracker, which is exclusively available in the Habits That Stick Starter Kit, and one free spot in Self Transform You. I'm so excited. You can go to bit.ly/selftransformfam to join the Facebook community. I will see you over there for Habit Breakthrough Bootcamp. Okay. let's now get into today's subject matter. Fear of failure. Okay, nobody enjoys failing, right? Let's be real. Nobody enjoys feeling like, I just couldn't do that, or like I suck, or oh my gosh, I never finished anything. These are things I have said to myself, by the way, plenty of times, especially when it came to my health, okay? But sometimes, fear of failure, where this comes from, maybe it comes from a place of perfectionism, which we have talked about on the show a couple weeks ago with Miranda Lee, talking about how to let go of that idea of perfect. Because sometimes when we're striving for perfection, we just won't do anything, right? Because if it's not perfect, we're not going to do anything. But sometimes it also comes from past failures. Maybe you have done some type of health plan before and you didn't finish it, and that feels really discouraging. That feels so discouraging, girl. I get it. I've been there so many times. Or maybe you just don't want to try again because, I've actually heard this from actual STU clients. How am I going to finish this? I can't finish anything. Like I mentioned with STU, just a side note, I am doing a one-on-one accountability habit hacking call to make this more personal, and you'll be getting some more custom emails. You'll be getting weekly text from me as well that you can actually reply to help you keep going, okay? And we have a lot of keys to success in there as far as getting started and getting your mindset right. So I'm going to share today 3 steps to help you overcome that fear of failure. So number 1, focus on the journey. Focus on the journey. So maybe, you started a health plan and it didn't work. Okay, well, what didn't work? It's time for you to sit back and evaluate. Well, why didn't that work? I didn't have any habit strategy in my life. I was just like, I'm going to work out and I'm going to eat healthy. Well, how did you do that? When were you going to do those things? If you don't have a strategy in place, girl, I know it's not going to happen. You got too many other tabs open in your head and you're spinning way too many other plates, okay? So focus on the journey. What worked well before? Maybe something you didn't finish something all the way, but maybe something worked out really good. Maybe you started taking spinning classes, like indoor cycling, and you're like, man, I really, really love that, and I found out that I really liked doing that. Great. You can use that on your next step in your journey, okay? So focus on the journey, not necessarily the destination. Sit down and evaluate that, write it down. That way you have some key indicators for yourself, what worked and what didn't. That way you're not setting yourself up for failure moving forward. Number 2, build a habit for your mindset when you do have that fear of failure. So maybe you've been listening to me talking about STU, you're a member in the community, you hear folks talking about their testimonials, which we'll have more testimonials on the show coming up this next week from previous STU clients for you to hear from. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's so great, but I could never do that. So when you have that fear of failure come up in your mind, I want you to sit down and come up with a plan to take that habit and make it into a healthier habit. So that habit of having those thoughts, having that fear of failure, that's what it is. It's a habit. So replace it with a new habit. So every time you have that feeling, grab out your notes app on your phone and write the opposite of what you're feeling. Like, I could do that. I want to try that. I can do that. Okay? It could be as simple as writing positive affirmations. It could be naming that fear of failure. Like, okay, Karen, I know. Sorry to all like the Karens out there. I know. I don't know how you got identified that way. But like, hey girl, we're not talking like that to myself, to Emily, to whomever, and come up with those positive affirmations. That way, you're tricking your mind. The more positivity, the more realness you give yourself versus the lies sometimes we tell ourselves, we start to believe the lies over time because those are habits we keep telling ourselves. So when you have that unhealthy habit of thinking of fear of failure, reverse it and have a feeling of success instead. Journal what it's going to feel like when you are successful and finish like STU, for example, and you're taking that health plan into your life, okay? And then number 3, thinking of failing forward. I want you to take out a piece of paper. I want you to write fail forward. I'm sure you've heard that term before, is failing forward. We're always moving towards that final destination, that transformation. I have failed so many times, but I failed forward. I tried this or I tried that and it didn't work, and that's okay. I have failed forward. Okay, gang? Let's go. So I hope today's episode maybe struck a nerve for you. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like she's describing me. I always have a fear of failure. Always want to try something, or I've been wanting to try STU, but don't let the fear of failure let you miss out on an amazing opportunity for yourself. I know it's hard to invest in ourselves as moms. I know it feels guilty sometimes. I know it feels maybe unnatural sometimes as well, but it's necessary. It is necessary. The biggest thing I ever did for myself was take care of myself. And my kids saw the fruits of my labor. My husband did, everyone around me, and I want that for you too, friend. So if you've been thinking of joining me in STU, here's your sign. Now is your time, since I'm bundling the Habits That Stick starter kit with it. You can get it today, which is Thursday the 30th through Friday the 31st. You'll get the Habits That Stick starter kit for free when you buy a spot in STU. It's a $47 value. There's payment plans available for STU. I'm only taking a limited amount of ladies every month, so I want to make sure that I have you in my roster for this month, okay? And again, reminder, join us in Habit Breakthrough Bootcamp, January 4th through 6th. There's no fear of failure with that. You can just show up and watch and hang out and maybe decide a little bit more from there if STU is for you too. And also, I hope you just learn a little bit more about habit strategy and how you can even just use these free tools. Never buy a course from me, which is fine, but I would hope you would just use these free tools I provide to you to start failing forward, to start getting some traction, to start seeing that compound effect that leads to a massive transformation, friend. So let's get going. I hope to see you in Self Transform You and or Habit Breakthrough Bootcamp. I am here for you, friend. I hope to see you in the Facebook community real soon, and I'll see you again, or I'll hear from you. You'll hear from me this Monday. See you then, friend. Hey girl, real quick, before you go, if you love today's show and know your girlfriends need to hear this message too, then grab a screenshot, post it to your Instagram stories, and tag me at EmilyNichols22, because the more mamas out there hearing this message, the more empowered we'll all feel to take care of ourselves so we can pour from a full cup. Or the number one way you can thank me for this podcast is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way, more mamas will find the show here too. Love you and appreciate you, girlfriends. See you next time.